Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Thanks for being there all the time. Now if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel for new videos. Thank you very much. Now what I have today is cutting up a 6-piece skirt. Like you can see, I'm actually making this skirt for a kid. Now I'm going to start up by measuring what I have as the length of the skirt. I have here 19 inches. That is going to serve as the length. This is going to serve as the length of the skirt. So I'm going to mark out 19 inches. Now, the width, the baseline here, I'm going to measure the baseline. What I have, that is the width. I'm going to measure the width of the skirt. Now, I want the base of this skirt to be 14 inches for the wideness, but I've actually added 0.5 inches. That's why I have 7.5 inches here. Remember, this fabric is on fold, which gives me the total of 15 inches by the time I spread it out this way. So we are going to start fully. The new line or the new length for this skirt is 13. Now 13, I've reduced 13 by about 4 inches here. So this is what I have here. Now to start, the hip of this skirt is actually 21 inches. And by the time I divide 21 inches by 6, because it's 6-piece skirt, it gives me 3.5. Like I said earlier, this fabric is on fold, which means that 3.5 inches, I'm going to divide it by 2. Now it gives me approximately 2 inches. So I'm going to have about 2 inches. Which means it's not up to 2 inches exactly. So on getting to the new line, this will serve as my new line. So I'm going to reduce this about 2 inches, which I have, by 1/4 of an inch. So I have something like this. So I'm going to connect this line. Having connected this line, then I will finally connect it to the baseline here. So I'm going to connect this to this point here. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly subscribe. Now I'm going to make this place a little bit curved. So I'm going to reduce this length here by 2 inches. And I would look for the midpoint of this baseline. This is 7.5, so the midpoint will give me approximate or about 4 inches, somewhere here. Now I'm going to connect this place so that it will give me a curved base. So it gives me a curved base. This is the shape I want for the base of this skirt. So now what I'm going to do now is to cut it out. But before I cut this out, I'm going to add 3/4 inches as allowance all through. Now, having cut out the center piece of this of the front skirt, now I'm going to use this center piece to cut another one, which is going to serve as the back piece, the center back piece of this skirt. Having cut that one out, then the other 4, I'm going to use this same one to cut it out, but I'm going to increase the width here by 1.5 inches or 2 inches. I'm going to increase it by 2 inches. So that is the next stage. That is what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to show you. I haven't done that. Now what I've done here is I've used the front center piece to cut out the back center piece. So this line here, this space here, is for the zipper allowance. So I'm going to use exactly this front center piece again to cut out another 4 pieces, but I'm going to increase the width here by 2 inches. So watch. Now here is what I've done. I've used this front center piece to cut out the other 2 of the front part of this skirt, and this is the allowance I told you earlier that I'm going to add when it comes to shaping. Now what I'm going to do is to shape out my dart first before I finally shape this skirt out. I will spread it out this way and place this like so, and I'm going to shape out my dart. I have 0.5 inches to shape it out. Now I'm going to extend it to 4.5 here. So I'm going to connect the line and I shape it out. I will shape it out. So I'm going to cut this part off. Now, having cut it off, I'm going to replace my this way. So I'm going to place my piece on the other 2 pieces like this. I'm going to shape it out. Now this is the center part of this skirt. I told you earlier that the waist, the hip is 21 for this skirt, while the waist is 18 inches. Now for the waist, I will be working with the waist first. Now the waist is, this one is the front, the front part. I'm going to divide the waist, which is 18 inches by 2, which gives me 9 inches. So this one, the front center piece here is on fold. Now I'm going to reduce this place for the seam allowance. I will reduce it by 0.5. That's why you can see this space here. So I'm starting from here. So I have 1.5 here. Remember, this is on fold, so 1.5 times 2 gives me 3. I need 9 inches. Now by the time I reduce, now I'm going to place it. See, 9 inches divided by by 2 gives me 4.5 inches. Remember, I've reduced this. In order not to confuse you, what I have is that this is 1.5 and this 1.5, remember this one is on fold. 1.5 divided by times 2 gives me 3 inches. By the time I remove 3 inches from 9 inches, I have 6 inches left. So that 6 inches, I'm going to start. Remember, this is two pieces, right? Rather. So 6 inches divided by 2 gives me 3 inches. So I'm going to measure from this place 3 inches. I have my 3 inches here. Now it means when you calculate this with this, it gives me already I have 9 inches. Now I'm going to add my dart allowance 0.5 and my seam allowance 1 inch. So I have the total of 4.5 inch here. So this 1 inch is for my seam allowance, but this is the real measurement stops here. I come again. Here I have 1.5 inches because this very one is on fold. So 1.5 times 2 gives me 3 inches. I need 9 inches here for the front part of this skirt because the waist of this skirt is 18 inches and I've divided it by 2, which gives me 9 inches. Now, to work out the 9 inches now, this one is on fold. I have 1.5 here, which means 1.5 times 2. By the time I open here, this one will be 3 inches. So when I remove 3 inches from 9 inches, I have 6 inches left. Because this one is 2 pieces, so I'm going to divide that 6 inches by 2, which gives me 3 inches. So I'm going to measure from here 3 inches. So I have 3 inches here, plus half an inch for that allowance. Now from here to here is my seam allowance. So this is where I will be marking. Now for the hip, I have 5.5 inches the length. So I'm going to measure from here. This is 5.5. This is 5.5. I'm going to connect the line. So the hip is 21. So 21 divided by 2 gives me approximately 11 inches. Now I'm going to reduce this one by half. This space here will serve as my seam allowance. So I'm going to start off with exactly how I did here. So here too I have 1.5 inches. And 1.5 inches times 2 gives me 3 inches. So 3 inches now. When I remove 3 inches from 11, I have 8 inches. So 8 inches, because this one is 2 pieces here, 8 inches divided by 2 gives me 4. So I'm going to measure 4 inches from here. Here I have 4 inches plus 0.5 inch for the dart. Here, since it's the hip, I'm not going to add any dart allowance. So what I'm going to do is to just add seam allowance, which is 1 inch. Then seam allowance 1 inch. Now for the nail, what I just have here is to just reduce what I have on the nail side. I'm going to reduce it, what I have on the hip side, by 1. So I'll just measure straight. What I have here is 6.5. So minus 1, I have 5.5. Just measure 5.5. Then plus my 1 inch allowance. Just place it here. So what I'm going to do is from here, I'm going to do the connection. But I will have to work on this first. So it has, if you have If you can make it a freehand, or you can use your French curve, that will be better, so that because it has to give us a curve shape, not too curved. So what I'm going to do is to cut it out. I'm going to fold it. I will be mindful of this side. Fold this place like this. And I will now place the base of this one on this, so that it will give me an equal base. So I'm going to shape like so to this end before I finally trim this place off. Trim this place off. So if you love this video, you can subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments, please endeavor to drop yours, and I will appreciate that. Just have to be a bit careful. So I'll be mindful of this place and shape it off. Okay, we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. To know how to fix up this in my next video, please do check my video. I have series of this on 6 pieces skirt. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.